So, Namaskar, all of you. We will be starting with a new open batch for civil services today. Open batch basically means it's a free of cost batch for all of you, and it will be delivered through the YouTube platform. So, before that, let us go to the details of the various batches that are offered by Arohan classes. So, batch details. So the first batch that we offer here, that is basically the traditional classroom batch. Okay, so that is just like due to the corona pandemic, it is closed now. We are expecting around November it will restart. Okay, then those who are unable to come for the classroom but they require some kind of active hand holding. Okay, so in that case the online batch, which is you can say subscription based. Okay, so it is basically the facilities that you get more or less are similar to the classroom batch. Okay, and the third one is the online open batch or the free batch, in which we give you the content from where to study it, the tests, and the hints for, if you have to improve your or how to build your writing skills, how to improve your writing skills. Okay, so you can say that is kind of a passive help to the aspirants. Okay, so and which batch you would like to join would depend on your competencies and your requirements. Okay, so I will discuss with you all the three batches. Okay, what are the pros and cons, or what is included in each of the batch. Okay, so let us first start with the classroom batch. The classroom batch, it is just a traditional classroom batch in which um, this is for your civil services. Okay, UPSC as well as the state civil service, with the special emphasis on OPSC, Odisha Public Service Commission. The language of instruction in all the batches is English. Okay, so that is the medium in which we are providing. So it is generally English. Um, so first, let me come to the classroom batches. So this is the structure of the classroom batch. We have two centers at Cuttack and Bhubaneswar, and the batch timings. Okay, every center has two batches in which theory classes are given. Okay, Bhubaneswar, the time is around 8 to 12 in the morning batch, and evening batch is around 4 to 8. So these are basically 4 hours or 3 hours batches, one in the morning, one in the evening, in which different courses are taught. Okay, so those who are working full or studying full time, you can also attend both the batches. Okay, similar in Cuttack also, it is 8 to 12 and 4 to 8. Okay, that is the time slot. It does not mean that every day you will be having 8 hours classes. It may be 3 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. It basically depends on the faculty. Okay, so but this is the window. If you're joining the classroom batch, you have to keep this time window open. Okay, and what are the advantages of the classroom batch? Obviously, see, in classroom batch, what happens? There is active hand holding, right? Which means that whatever problems you are facing and all, how you are writing, that the faculty will evaluate then and there. Okay, and those who need some pushing and prodding, okay, those who are not very, what you can say, efficient or self-disciplined, self-motivated, for them maybe classroom is good. Okay, it depends on your individual preference. In classroom, what happens, there will be some kind of active hand holding. Okay, so the faculty will finish some course or class, and then he will take your tests. He will ask you why you have performed badly. He will give you suggestions for improvement and all. That part is there, right? So that is the biggest advantage of a classroom batch, that actively, the faculty will see your progress. Okay, so that is because, see, if you are you are, because this is not a school level course or something. This is civil service, a higher level course. So here the faculty basically tends to tell you, okay, this is what is to be done. He expects that you do it. Okay, and then he gives you the advice where your lacuna is there, how to correct it. Okay, mainly you have to focus on your writing skills. Okay, and the faculty there and then and there he will tell you. So it may take 2 3 months, for some people it may take 4 5 6 months or even more to develop exam specific writing skills. Okay, so that is the classroom batch. This I have told you about the timing and all. So what are the advantages of this classroom batch? So obviously first is active hand holding. Those who are completely new, okay, even like people who say that what we should study and for what time we should study. Okay, those who are not very comfortable with self study, right? So they need some hand holding. So you come over to the class at morning 8 o'clock, then you have from classes from 8 to 12. Okay, then you have your lunch. Okay, then you sit in the library and study again. 4 o'clock you have the class. Okay, so if you are more comfortable in that kind of a study schedule, then offline classes or this classroom batch, it may be convenient for you. What are the advantages at Arohan? We have a very small batch strength. Okay, maximum 30 students. Okay, per batch, and that is basically it gives us the opportunity to give emphasis on each and every child. It's not like 100 200 500 people, students sitting, and whether you study or not, that depends on you. Okay, the institute is not going to interfere whether you are doing the assignment or nothing. No, here the class students are limited, and they will even become more lesser once post COVID classes start, because our classroom size is like we can accommodate around 40 50. Consciously we take around 30. After COVID guidelines, maybe we will be taking 15 or 20. Okay, so that is number one. Second, direct contact with the faculty. One major issue with online classes, which I'll tell you later, is unless there is some kind of mechanism in which you'll get the doubts clarified from the faculty, it is very difficult, because if the faculty is not permanent, okay, and like he teaches in very different organizations, it's very difficult for the faculty to clear your doubts, etc., right? Through WhatsApp or virtually. And since everything is done virtually in online platform, so that is something which you have to think. Okay, so that is number one, direct contact you have in a classroom program. What are the other advantages? Peer group. So once you go to the class, you make a like-minded people, you'll make a group. Okay, 2 3 people or 3 or 4 people, and you start studying. Okay, so that can also be done virtually, but then again, virtually, a lot of limitations are there, right? So this is another advantage. Other things, what are the issues, if you can say? One is the fee. So out of these three batches, you'll find that the classroom batches course fee is the highest. Okay, so that is one thing. Although if you compare with other organizations, our own classes course fee is much lower than others, which I'll tell you in detail. Okay, so that is one thing. Second is that sometimes what happens, you fall ill, or it is you have to give a lot of time for it. Okay, full preparation students, I think best this is the best medium for them, those who are studying full time. Okay, so that is one thing, if you are able to give that kind of time. Okay, so now coming to the fee part. So as I told you, this part, the highest course fee in all the three batches. So the course fee for this year, that is 2020 2021, session is 80,000 for the classroom coaching. Okay, this is complete. Okay, complete set. Complete set means what? It includes your prelims, mains, including optionals, and the personality test, okay, or interview, whatever you can say, and it includes both, that is UPSC and the state PSC. Okay, so since we are more uh, oriented towards OPSC, so it will be UPSC plus OPSC. But other state, those who are preparing for other state PSCs like West Bengal PSC or Bihar, Jharkhand PSC, apart from your regional papers, okay, other things will be same optionals, everything, because as I told you, the language of instruction will be English only. Okay, so this is the total. That means your prelims, okay, both paper of your prelims, mains, your GS papers, your optional paper. In case of Odisha Public Service Commission, Odisha Civil Services, in the current pattern, you are having two optional, so that is also included. Okay, and then the personality test or the interview. Okay, and it includes your study material, test series, all those things are included. It's a complete package. Okay, duration is, okay, duration of the course, that is 12 months. Okay, all papers are included here. That means your essay and your compulsory English, compulsory Indian language is also included. Okay, duration is 12 months and validity is till success. Okay, till you crack the exam, you can continue. Some people may take 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Okay, there is no cap on that. Till you crack the exam, you can study. You don't have to pay any extra course fee for that. Whatever you have paid in the first year. Okay, so apart from that, so this is about your classroom code. Okay, so those who are in Cuttack or Bhubaneswar or want to relocate to Cuttack and Bhubaneswar, then you can contact. Okay, in the ticker there is a call number which is ending in 99. You can call there. We have our boys hostel at Cuttack. It is an in-campus hostel. That means you will be staying within the campus. Okay, and it is a only IS hostel. That means only civil service students are there. What happens when you stay in a private hostel? Some people may be preparing for different exams. Okay, and their level of concentration and work schedule will be different as compared to a civil service aspirant. So here at Cuttack, okay, we have the boys hostel. We don't have lot many vacancies. Okay, two or three serious people can stay there. Okay, so you can call the number which is given below. Okay, that is, this is all about your classroom batch. Any doubts if you have, you can WhatsApp me. WhatsApp number in the ticker, it is given. Okay, next we come to the second, that is the online paid batch. So online paid batch is basically the recordings of the classroom batch. Okay, now due to the pandemic we are having special batches for online, which is also the classroom students, they are also getting it now. Another thing in the classroom batch is that all your classes are recorded. So suppose what happens, you fall ill or you have to go somewhere and you miss 10 classes, not an issue, because every day once you attend the class, that same class is added to your video dashboard. So suppose you want to revise it later, you can revise it, no problem. So if you miss a class also, okay, this is for the classroom students. If you miss some classes also, actually you're not missing any content, because in your dashboard that will be already present. Okay, online paid batch basically is, those who cannot attend the classroom batch due to any of the problems. Okay, it may be financial, it may be logistic, it may be distance, okay, location, whatever. So all the facilities of the offline class is given to the online paid batch. Okay, same videos you will get. It is a recorded videos of the classroom. Doubt clearance 24 into 7 through WhatsApp. Okay, it will take 24 hours. The faculty will reply. You will get will arrange that, and you'll get the reply from the faculty. Okay, and same test series, same study material, everything is same. Okay, so only difference is that the course fee, there is a difference. Course fee is half of the, okay, so suppose 80,000 was the course fee, so here the fee is 40,000. Again same for the entire exam, prelim, main, viva, 1 year duration, validity till you crack the exam. Okay, so and you can also divide it. Suppose you only want GS, don't want optionals, only GS, prelims, mains of GS, that is for online batch 15,000. Okay, then similarly each optional, that is also 15,000. Okay, it includes all your test series and study material, etc. And those who are taking the entire package, prelims, mains, optional, GS, okay, interview, everything, it is 40,000, right? That includes your test series and study material. So those who are interested in studying with some direct hand holding, okay, means this is your error, this is what you have written, these are the things you have to change, so then you go for this online paid batch. Okay, so it's the same thing as the classroom batch, but only you are virtually getting the guidance, getting the mentorship. Okay, and every second Sunday, okay, there is the physical doubt clearance, okay, at Bhubaneswar Center. So if you are able to attend, you can come on every second Sunday once the institute opens after the COVID restrictions are off for the educational institutes in Odisha. So every second Sunday, okay, the timing is from 8 to 2, 6 hours. So you can come on Saturday evening and 8 to 2, whatever routes you have, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. every second Sunday. Okay, you can have a discussion that these are the, that you can do through WhatsApp also. You don't have to wait for 1 month, okay, 1 day in a month. So second Sunday, that part is done. Okay, so this is for your online paid courses. Now coming to the third part, that is the open courses, online open courses, which would be delivered through YouTube. So here we will deliver the content, okay, tests, etc., whatever study material, books and all. Okay, so in the description section of this video, there is a Telegram channel for all the three batches. Okay, classroom and e-learning students, paid students, they have their own WhatsApp group also, so they get the information there. But a common channel is there on Telegram of Aarohan classes. Okay, the link is given in the description section. You can go there. Those who don't know what is Telegram, just like WhatsApp, Telegram is also a messaging service, but you can easily share files and the privacy settings are better. Okay, a lot of other facilities are there, like live quiz facility is there, okay, with rank, so that is the reason we have a public channel there. So first download Telegram to your mobile, Telegram app to your mobile, or if you're using PC or desktop, you download the Telegram app to your PC or desktop. Then the link which is given below in the description section, Telegram link, you go to the Telegram link, okay, and join that channel. It's a public channel, anyone can join. So about all the classes, etc., you will get all the information there. Okay, so same content will be there, the videos will be there. This is completely free of charges. Okay, so here we will try to, the concept will be like how you will complete the entire course. We'll have some tests related to that on that Telegram platform. Okay, what if you see the difference between the paid platform and this, that is basically the individual feedback. Okay, so individual feedback here, basically you will be given a model answer. So this is the question, this should have been the answer, so you have to check, okay, that my answer is close or not. Generally everyone has some local mentorship. Okay, so it is very important to have some local mentorship, so you can get it corrected from your local mentor. Okay, so active mentorship would be difficult, so passive mentorship you will get here. Okay, and it is, of course, it is free of charges. YouTube and Telegram platforms will be providing you the videos, will be providing you the, so here also some passive hand holding will be there. For example, in this video, we are, since we are starting from today, I'll tell you how we are going to start. Okay, and what should be the strategy of studying, and all those things I will discuss, right? So those who want to start their preparation from class 1, then you can start it, right? So all these videos in the open section, right? So you will find it in our YouTube channel. So how you'll get to our YouTube channel? So you go to YouTube. Okay, so in YouTube you search Arohan classes. Okay, search this Arohan classes in YouTube, and once you get Arohan classes, okay, you go to the playlist. This is the channel, so you can subscribe and get the notification and all. So here you come to the playlists. Many playlists are there. It's basically, for the subscribed students and all. So basically here under the playlists, what you have to see, there is one. Okay, open batches, right? You can just search it, and you'll find one particular playlist which would be civil service open batch. Okay, something like that, open batches. So there all the videos for the open batches will be added. Okay, so you can go through that, right? Civil services open batches, and there all our videos for this particular batch which we are starting today, that will be uploaded there. Okay, yeah. So now coming to, so this is about the batches and all, right? So you can call the number if you're interested in the paid batches, or if you have any doubts and you would like to clarify, or whatever academic doubts also if you have, you can WhatsApp me. Give me some time. Okay, give me some time, because sometimes it may even take, because the number of messages I get, it may take 24 to 48 hours to reply. Okay, now coming to your preparation, those who are going to start your preparation, what are the steps of preparation? So I will not go into, like, a lot of complicated things and all. People ask how many hours we should study, how we should start, and all these things. Let me start with the basics. How many hours you have to study depends on you, whether you're a working professional who is starting preparation now, whether you are someone who is new, first year of graduation, second year of graduation. You have 2 3 years, okay, before giving the exam. So you can put in 3 4 hours, 5 hours a day, and slowly you can increase it, okay, once you get near to the exam. If you are going to give the exam in next 12 months, in that case obviously you have to study around 8 hours. Okay, so it is not same for everyone, right? Everyone has a different pattern of study, and that is why I do not like giving you timetables, that you wake up at 6 o'clock, first 3 hours you do this. There are some nocturnal beings. Okay, those who won't study in the morning time, they'll start their study in the afternoon, and they'll study entire night, and they'll sleep in the morning, and they're quite successful also. Okay, so that is basically on you, how you want to study and all. I'll start with a easy kind of timetable in which the lectures will be 1 hour and 1.5 hours, and slowly we will calibrate to 2 hour lectures, 3 hour lectures, and in some cases, when we go for mains and all, even 4 hour lectures with like 10 minutes in between, okay, gap in between. So that it slowly builds up. Okay, so initially, don't think about how many hours I will put. If you study for 2 hours also initially, it's fine, but understand that you are studying properly. Okay, you're not missing things, right? See, if I give you a textbook, I'll tell you, you study this textbook in 7 days, 10 days. Suppose Lakshmikant. If you're going to study Lakshmikant, so you can finish it in 10, 15 days. But then that would be just reading, right? You take 3 months and study it properly. Okay. If you have time, 1 year, 2 year, then it is quite, you should study in detail. So certain things I'll tell you from the civil service point of view. First, number one, you have to be strong in the basics. Okay, so for basics, you prefer NCERT. Most people read it, and please do not ignore NCERT. You may be thinking that each chapter, okay, it's NCERT basically standard 6th to 10th. You have to do social studies that basically would include your history, geography, wherever possible, polity, and uh, other aspects like economic. So rather I should make it 6 to 12. 6 to 12 history, geography, polity, economy. Okay, these parts you have to see. And 6 to 10 the science subjects. 11, 12 not required except for a few chapters for ecology and environment you require in 11th and 12th, which I will be telling you. Okay, what will be the time that you will take to complete it? It may take around 4 months for most people. This each chapter is around 6 pages, 8 pages. Okay, but it is a joy to read it, right? So first you complete this part. Okay, the NCERT parts. Once you finish it, then you can come to even some direct kind of, or you can say the exam oriented books, the textbooks. Okay, so first NCERT step 1. So if I can write it in steps, so step 1 NCERT. This is, I'm talking about study part, but before studying also there are certain things you have to do. Number one, and you take 2-3 days for this or even more, syllabus analysis. Very, very important. See, you don't have to study any kind of book or any kind of material from page to page or to cover. Okay, that means there is a book of 800 pages. You don't have to read all 800 pages. You have to know what is there in my syllabus. Because if you start reading like that, I'll read each and every book, entire book I have to study, then maybe it will take you 3-4 years. That won't be sufficient, because general studies in itself is an ocean. You can't count the drops, okay, in the ocean. So be very, very specific to the syllabus. How that is possible? That is possible only if I know the syllabus first. Okay, so first 2-3 classes I will just tell you what is the syllabus, paper by paper. Only the syllabus I'll be talking about. Getting it? So syllabus, that is. Next, previous year questions. So these are all available in various digital or social media, you can say, or you can also, okay, uh, get the hard copies from different bookstores or other places you can get it. Okay, so previous year question both for prelim and main, and by those previous year questions or question books which are section wise, not year wise. Section wise means, see, you start with ancient Indian history. So Indus Valley civilization. So from 1970 or whatever, 80, these are the questions which have come under Indus Valley civilization. Okay, once you are prepared with the PYQs, it is very, very difficult, okay, that you will miss anything which will come in the exam. You just have to update it from the current affairs. So proper analysis of PYQs plus current affairs, you are almost ready. Okay, so PYQs. Once you have done the PYQs, okay, and means just go through it, right? So Once you finish a chapter, okay, so you start with NCERT, then you go to the exam oriented books. Okay, see, there are two approaches here also. Some people do it chapter by chapter. For example, Indus Valley Civilization. So what people will do, they'll start with NCERT, Indus Valley Civilization, what is given, finished. Then I go to the exam oriented book, whatever books. See, book list I will tell you, but I will tell you class wise. I'll not tell you that okay, these are the 30 books you have to buy. Always remember, when you're buying books, don't buy the books in one go, because it will take you around 12 to 18 months to finish it everything, and the things would be updated. Okay, so if you are starting with history, you buy the history books now. Okay, it's not that accessibility won't be a problem for most of you, because online, if you order it, you are getting it in 2 3 days mostly. Okay, and local alternative is also there, you can directly get it from the bookstore. So remember that when you are buying books, you buy phase by phase. So I am, this month I will be dealing with subject 1 and subject 2, so I will buy the books of only subject 1 and subject 2. Okay, I should not buy for subject 10, which I will be starting 7 months, okay, from this particular date, because there may be some modification in the book. So after 7 months, when I start, I should buy the book at that time, I'll get the updated book. Okay, most of the books are available in online platforms nowadays, Telegram and a lot of online platforms are there. If you are okay with it, then it's fine, you can also go for that. Okay, so NCERTs, many people say that can't we substitute NCERTs? Well, substitute for NCERTs, not exactly substitutes, but okay, they will solve the purpose mainly for the PSC exams and all. But UPSC, I think NCERT is indispensable if you have the time. Now, suppose I have to prepare for the entire exam in 8 months, and people are getting through also. Okay, preparing 8 months. So in that case, well, NCERT I have to just brush through. Okay, so in that case, I can go for other books which are called as gists, gist of NCERT, that is also available. Okay, but if you have time, 1 year or more, go for NCERT. Okay, study it chapter by chapter, right? Then you come to the exam oriented textbooks. See, textbooks also, if it is exam oriented, means UPSC oriented or your PSC oriented, then according to the syllabus, the chapterization would be there. If you are reading a textbook as such, okay, academic textbook, not really meant for civil services, then you have to be quite, um, choosy and cautious that whatever you're studying is related to your syllabus and previous year questions. Okay, don't just read a book from cover to cover, because that will take a lot of time, and things which are not there in a syllabus, and if you, it's not coming in the exam, if you see the trend the last 7 8 years, then no need of wasting time. Okay, so first complete NCERT, or if you say instead of NCERT, NIOS is there, Open School, National Institute of Open Schooling. Then Tamil Nadu State Board book is also quite good. Anyone, but NCERT is better. You don't have to study all three. NCERT would do that. Okay, so in my lectures, what I do is first I go to NCERT. I will go chapter by chapter. I'll not go year by year or book by book, class 6, class 7, class 8, not like that. We'll go chapter by chapter. So I start with history, prehistory. Okay, I start with NCERT, what NCERT says. And in NCERT, if you see from standard 6 to 12, okay, there are three circles or cycles. Okay, 6, 7, 8, this is first cycle. Same thing in ninth and 10th in most subjects will be repeated at a higher level, second cycle. And 11th and 12th will be the third cycle. Right? So some students, they say that okay, we'll just study 11th and 12th. That also can, if you have paucity of time, that that also you can do. Okay, but if you have 1 year plus, better to go through 6 to 12. Getting it? So first finish NCERT, exam oriented textbooks, not coaching center material. Okay, coaching center material again depends on your situation. If you want to finish up the things fast and you don't have time, okay, then you can think about it. But so step 1, basics, that is NCERT. Step 2, some exam oriented book, and remember, you use the best book, which is the most recommended book, and continuously revise it. That is the strategy. Make your notes. So note making, I'll tell you how to make it, make the smart notes and all. Okay, so keep that in mind. Next, third part, or step 3, that is, once you have finished a chapter, don't wait for the entire subject to be finished. Okay, so chapter wise PYQ, both prelims and main. So you get these books on chapter wise PIQ. I think you will get from New Vishal publications, you will get from Disha publication. Okay, you get those books. That is very, very important. Okay, chapter wise PYQs, both prelims and mains. If you are okay with the soft copy, you search it in Telegram or internet, you will find the soft copies also. Many people, it is difficult for them to study just by seeing the soft copy, so you buy the book. If you, and after these 3 steps, okay, every week at least you can give tests. So we will have tests in our Telegram forum and all. Nowadays, this information technology has revolutionized tests, accessibility to tests. So any institution, you name it, all the top institutions, their test series, etc., you'll find in social media, Telegram, and a lot of other. Free of cost, you'll find it along with the solutions. So you keep some time when you start preparing. Okay, suppose every Sunday you will give a CSAT test or something like that. You can test actually full syllabus test and all. Don't wait for the entire course to be completed. You start giving tests. You have some time, like it depends on how much time you have. There are people who start the preparation every day, they are giving one test. Okay, and they are going through the explanations also. That depends on the time you want to put in. At least, okay, GS you should give 2 tests. 2 tests means exam oriented tests. Okay, 100 questions each test means 200 questions, exam oriented questions. And at least if CSAT is weak, 1 CSAT. And from the day one, you have to start your preparation for your, Indian language paper and essay paper also. So 1 essay per week. Okay, and Indian language, if you are having problems in it, Indian language and compulsory English, at least once or twice a month you can have it. Okay, that depends on you. So some tests have to be given. So the 4 steps, remember: first, basics NCERT; second, exam oriented textbooks. Okay, not coaching center material, textbooks. Third, once you finish the chapter wise prelims plus mains PYQ, and finally the tests once more or less you have completed a large part. Got it? So these are the 4 steps if you're taking it, and you will feel that most of the things have been covered, right? So now let us come to some other parts. Which subject? There are so many subjects. Okay, and from which subject we should start? So always remember, suppose you start with economics and you have never studied economics before. Last time you studied was in standard 10th or something, if you had economics as one of the papers of the board. So in that case, what happens? It's a technical subject. Okay, it will be very difficult for you to understand it if you start with subjects like economics. So always start from the less technical subject. So we always start from history. So history is basically a do-it-yourself subject, DIY subject. So once you finish history, it will take, so history will have basically 4 or 5 modules. Okay, what are these? Ancient history, medieval history, modern history, world history, art and culture also you can add there. 5 modules. Okay, will take 2 months to 3 months properly if you want to finish it up. Right? So once you do that, you get some confidence. Okay, fine. Now I know the pattern. Then you can start with polity, little bit more technical than history. Then you can go for geography, and then you can go for economics, which is the most technical. Okay, but again, suppose you have done your graduation or post graduation in economics, you start with economics. Or generally, I have told this, you start with history, followed by Okay, your polity, followed by geography, and finally most technical, that is economics. Others, like one of another important part, that is ecology, environment, you can fit in between these. Okay, so start with history, take 2 3 months. Once you are okay with it, you know this is the way I have to study, this is the pattern of study, then you can, step on the pedal, okay, and start studying more and more. Okay, so this is and others, social issues, science, technology, all these things you can, depending on your aptitude, you can put it anywhere, but finish history and polity first. How should you study? Should I study two big subjects together? Or how should I study? Suppose I'm starting with very basic plan for 4 hours. I have told you in the beginning that I will not suggest you any type of timetable, because that is quite, it is individual, how many hours you want to put in, and depending on that. Okay, but 4 hours is bare minimum, right? So when you start, what I would suggest, you start with, let's say, history. So this is my main theory paper which I'm starting with. Some common things will be there, for example, newspaper and some periodical analysis. Okay, right? That would be there every day, that you have to do at least 1 hour you have to give, right? And for heaven's sake, every day you have to write something. Half an hour, it's fine, but you have to write. So writing practice. Okay, half an hour, even if you write, it is okay. Every day half an hour, it's fine. I'm not saying you start writing 2 hours. Okay, when you start from 4 hours and you write half an hour, it's fine. When you increase it to 6 hours, 8 hours, similarly you increase your writing time. Okay, so apart from, because this newspaper analysis, like you'll see in the classes, that is quite intense thing, and whether that comes in the exam or not, for UPSC, current affairs, it's very very important. Where you'll get very few questions on static part. Everything would have a relation with what is happening now in India, and in some cases around the world also. Okay, so newspaper, so that is also an art. We'll slowly go for it. Okay, like how to read the newspaper, which newspaper you have to study. So for UPSC, I will be going for Hindu. Okay, the Hindu and the Indian Express. Okay, not that we need to agree with all the editorial, what they write and all, but yeah, these newspapers have, more or less everyone studies them. Okay, so when you are preparing for UPSC, you have to be very objective in your outlook. Your ideology may be anything, but when you study the newspaper, you have to be open minded. Okay, so it's generally said that the Hindu is a left leaning, more or less communist kind of anti government, or not exactly anti government, you can say anti right wing ideology it is having. Many people say that, but when, as civil service aspirants, when you are reading the Hindu, you don't have to take everything what it says on face value. Okay, since it is critical of the government policies, so we are getting the contrarian view. Okay, so that is the reason Hindu is there. And in Indian Express, they have some very good columns, like the explained column. Okay, very good. So for UPSC, these two, okay, more than sufficient. And then for your state PSC, any one good newspaper, whatever is there. For OPSC, I'll be following Odisha Post. Okay, Odisha Post. And if you are preparing for other PSCs, you can follow some regional news also. You have to follow, especially during the interview time. That is going to help you a lot. Okay, then lot of periodicals are there. Okay, journals and magazines are there which you need to follow. Another thing is that, see, if you're preparing for UPSC, you have to read the Hindu and Indian Express first hand. What do you mean by first hand? आपको खुद ही पढ़ना है, right? So as I told you, my Hindi is not all that good, but I'll try. Okay, because many of you have said that, okay, sometimes just if you can tell it in Hindi and Odia, so then if you have to repeat it in three languages, that would be difficult, right? So it's basically when you are reading the Hindu and the Indian Express, you have to read it from the newspaper, either the soft copy or if you subscribe it and get the hard copy. Don't go for the gist of everything. Okay, so it is a contrary thing. Like I will be making a gist and I will be showing it to you, but don't depend on that. You have to read the newspaper first hand. There are 70, 80, for example, there are 80 topics given today. Out of them, 12 are important for civil service. So I'm telling you, okay, this is important, that is important, that I'll be putting in the Telegram group. So you try to understand why it is important. So after 5, 6 days, you start, preparing that. Okay, this is important, this is not important, this is not important, and you will study it. You will make your own notes. Okay, that is why UPSC it is mandatory because that is going to, improve your critical reasoning or your critical thinking, which is very important. You won't get direct questions in UPSC, right? So that is very important. If you're only preparing for PSC, okay, in that case you can go for ZIST and all, that is fine. Because I'm mainly talking about the pattern of our Odisha Public Service Commission civil service. Okay, Odisha civil service. It's generally static questions are there. So even if you go for the monthly digest and also that is also fine. So if you have to go for the magazines now, so a lot of magazines are there. Okay, content is same in all the magazines, current affair magazines. Only the presentation is different. So you see which magazine. There are so many good magazines are there. Vision IS is there, Insights is there, GS Score is there. Okay, many others are there. Content is more or less same. Presentation is different. You see which any one of that you can choose. I would prefer GS Score. The reason is that other magazines are basically monthly magazines. So at the end of the month, they give you something like a 200, 300 page digest. GS Score, what it does, it is weekly. And also, apart from that, it also gives you a lot of like PIB, Press Information Bureau, that gist of that, that is also important. Okay. And Kurukshetra Yojana, their gist, that is also important. Okay. Then you have PRS, legislative. Okay. That is for your policy. Okay, public policy, that is quite important. So they give a gist of that. The GS Score I would recommend, but anyway it depends on you. If you want that monthly thing also, that also you can do. Anything it's the same. Okay. If you have optionals like sociology, public administration, okay, those kind of optionals, then Kurukshetra Yojana you should study. See, there are a lot of periodicals. Okay, it's basically impossible to study all of them. Very, very good and analytical magazines are there, like EPW is there, Economic and Political Weekly. But I will not say that you go and read all these things. If you are reading the Hindu and Indian Express properly, more or less you are ready. Okay, depending on if you have the time or not, you can go to the gist of all these things. Why you will be studying these magazines? To get the examples which you have to quote in the answer. Some new policy has been implemented somewhere. You get it from Kurukshetra. You write it in, it may be written in a lot of spheres. In essay, you can use it. Other places also you can use it. Sociology, you can use it. Okay, PSIR, political science, in some places you can use it. Public administration, paper 2, you can use it. Okay, so that is the thing you have to remember, right? So initially we will be starting with our general studies part, and later on we will also go to the optionals. 2 or 3 optionals I'll be covering, okay, which were my optionals, right? So that would be for UPSC, public administration and geography, maybe if possible history. Okay, and for OPSC, I'll be just adding home science. Okay, because home science is not a subject in UPSC. It is a highly mark fetching subject in state civil service (OPSC). Okay, so this is basically what you have to do. Another thing is in the initial period, the first 5-10 days, you'll have a lot of questions. Okay, you'll have a lot of questions. So just feel free to WhatsApp me. As I told you, I may take some time. It may 2 days or whatever. Okay, but I'll be answering you. Okay, and those who are for the paid courses, like you would like to come and join the classroom course or the online paid course, then the number is there in the ticker. You can call and have a talk with madam, or you can WhatsApp me. That is also fine. Okay, but don't you if you are having doubts, academic doubts, immediately ask it. Okay, no need of keeping your doubts, right, unsolved, because it is just like compound interest, it grows. Okay, so next very important aspect, should we make notes or not? What are notes? Notes are basically same thing what is written in the book na. I'm not writing something new. So note making is important for revision, for repeated revision. Okay, so notes. So nowadays, if you are using mobile phone, laptop, you can use e-notes. Lot of advantages are there. First advantage is it is more well organized. So you make a folder for ancient Indian history, subfolder for Indus Valley civilization. So today news has come. For example, today news has come in the newspaper that in Rakhi Gadi, they found some skeletons and this is that. You will just add that. Okay, you will just add that to your existing static note. Gives you more marks. That is number one. Okay, it can be updated frequently. Otherwise, what happens in a physical note? So I have written Indus Valley civilization. Generally, if you are interested for physical notes, which is the normal notes we make in the paper, you have to update it always. So suppose you leave 5-6 pages for the updation, maybe sometimes that will be finished. Again, you have to scribble somewhere. It depends on you. If some people, advantage of physical note is that you have some writing practice. Okay, advantage of physical note is that you will have some writing practice. That is the thing. Got it? Because see, you may be knowing a lot of things, but in the exam you have to finish it within the particular time. Okay, the people who are successful in this exam doesn't mean that they are the people. For example, person who gets rank 1 is not the most intelligent person of all those who are given the exam. The thing is that he has completed according to the rules of the exam, according to the games rules of this game. Okay, so that is the thing. So within the time you have to finish the paper. That is very important. So that is the reason some people write physical notes, because that also increases the speed. You see what is good for you. Okay, e-notes, what happens, you just copy paste from the source and you can keep on revising. After you get a good rank, nowadays you see a lot of toppers sharing their notes, so sharing is easy, carrying is easy. Suppose you have gone to some other place. Okay, you can't carry your 10 notes and 20 books, very difficult physically. So if you have in the cloud, you have the e-notes, anywhere you can access it. Okay, so you see what is good and bad. E-notes, lot of softwares are there. One of the most popular software is Evernote. You can use that for free. Okay, you download and you can use that. So whether to make electronic notes or physical notes, again depends on your choice. But note making, if you have the time, it is good. It's not that everyone makes notes. For example, there are a lot of toppers who don't have the time to make notes, so they highlight or underline directly over the book. Okay, so you see what is possible for you, right? So it is better to have your own notes, mainly for revision, especially for optional subjects. Okay, got it? This is the notes and personal notes. Not that someone has stopped, I bring their notes and I study it. Personal notes, that is very important, right? So we have talked about most of the things which we require to start the preparation. Okay, and another thing, first 1-2 months, okay, it is basically the new students who start their preparation, they are bewildered. Means basically, okay, what to study, so many things are there. Two things that you have to basically save yourself from. Okay, you should know that who is your main enemy in the preparation. Can you tell me? It's the same for all of you. Same enemy for all of you. That is yourself. Okay, who is your biggest enemy? Enemy who is going to prevent your success? Not some other person, not some jealous friend, not some jealous family member. It is you yourself. Okay, so just keep in mind, don't try to do everything at the same time. Don't try to like if you have no time at all. Okay, so average time of preparation for this exam would be 8 to 12 months, depending on your aptitude and attitude, both the things. Okay, So if you say that I want to finish it in 3 months, it's almost very very difficult. Okay, so give yourself the required time, 8 to 12 months. Some people may take some more time. Okay, some people may finish it faster, but 8 to 12 months average, including your optional. Got it? Next, preparation for the interview. You can start now in the sense that, see, you see the DF, whatever is there in the DF, and you start studying about your state, your district, problems of your district, the great men of your district. Okay, current affairs related to your states, and how that impacts the national news and all those kind of things. You have to, from the beginning you have to start. Okay, so these are some of the basic things which I talked about. In the next class we'll be starting the syllabus analysis. Syllabus analysis is very very important, because when you read a newspaper article, you should know how it is related to my syllabus. When no one is asking you to read the entire newspaper. Okay, today India has taken this many heights in Indo-China border. Not important, not relevant at all from UPSC point of view, not even for your optional. Okay, so it's like what is relevant, that you can understand once you go through the syllabus and the previous year questions. So syllabus analysis, 3-4 classes I'll take. Okay, so what is there in each paper, what books we have to study, etc. So 3 for next 1 or 2 days only syllabus analysis. Okay, so we are starting. So I'm putting the, see, there are a lot of videos in our channel, around 800 videos are there, but most of these are logged videos for the subscribers, right? So open videos basically from today, that is 21st of September 2020, we will be starting. Okay, in that particular playlist, open civil service preparation playlist. Okay, so it will take around 10 months to 1 year for the entire course completion. That means next year 2021 September, you can say that okay, we would have finished the entire course, pre and main. So of course first we will be doing for pre, and then we'll be going for mains. Okay, right. So this much for today. I just gave you a brief introduction, what we have to do, what you have to do. Okay, so the lectures will be given here on the YouTube platform, and the, what you say, tests. Okay, self assignments. See, in the open batch, all assignments are self assignments. Means I'll give you the question, I'll give you the model answer. Okay, and you need to see what is right and wrong, or you need to involve your local mentor. Okay, please do not send it for evaluation. Okay, here, because it is almost, because paid students and that batch going through their answer scripts and all, it as such takes a lot of time, right? But you will be getting exam oriented mock answers. Okay, so let us start with the syllabus first, then these things slowly we will be doing, right? So I welcome you all to this journey. Any doubts, etc., you can WhatsApp me. So next class we will be seeing, okay, what is the timing of the classes that people are asking. So 2 theory classes we will be having. Okay, so this is the schedule. Okay, so morning 8 a.m. the first theory class. Okay, right, then 4 p.m. the second theory class. So the class duration would depend on the content. Some classes would be like, initially it will be 1-2 hour classes, then slowly it will increase. Okay, around 9 p.m. we will be having the daily newspaper analysis, and my analysis would be deep. So these this would be like 2 hours classes, not half an hour classes, no, 2 hour classes. Okay, daily newspaper, uh, you can read the newspaper in the morning and you can think that these are the important things. Okay, I'll be giving my perspective at night, right, 9 p.m. Okay, and anytime in the day. Okay, your Telegram, in the Telegram app, in our channel, we will have the daily quiz, MCQs. Okay, so that will be informed before one day. So today we will be starting with history. Once I finish the first chapter on history, so we will have some questions that we will discuss. Okay. So this is basically the schedule which we have to follow. So again, any doubts, etc., you can WhatsApp me. So best wishes. Thank you. Jai Hind.